And the African group of ambassadors in Beijing are holding events to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the formation of the African Union. The group is hosting an academic seminar on Friday at the Hepinski Hotel. And the theme of Friday's seminar is Pan-Africanism and African Reconnaissance. China-Africa ties are also set to top the agenda. African observers and Chinese scholars have attended panel discussions as the African Union celebrates 50 years since the formation of the precursor to the AU. Africans abroad have not been left out of the festive mood. And those in China are also taking part in the celebrations that have been launched here by the current AU chairperson from Ethiopia. Its envoy to China is Ambassador Siyoum Mesfin. He now joins us live. Ambassador Mesfin, welcome to the show. Good to see you in the program. First of all, please tell us about the events you have launched in China as part of this 50th anniversary, and how is the mood like in China?
Well, thank you first for having me. The African group of ambassadors to China is planning to organize a series of events between now and the May next year, a year-long celebrations. But at the moment, we have launched it today by opening a seminar to discuss on the Pan-Africanism and African Renaissance, which are the theme of the celebrations of the Golden Jubilee of the OAU-AU. It has kicked off successfully with the participation of African and Chinese scholars and with the audience from Africa, the diplomatic community in Beijing, and friends of Africa in China. The second session in the afternoon would discuss on Sino-Africa partnership and cooperation, and we are confident and certain that it would turn out to be a most successful event. Tomorrow, we will be going into hosting a gala dinner which would be attended by high officials of the Chinese government party and the representatives of the business community, but also the huge diplomatic community in Beijing, and the 50 African embassies and missions in Beijing, and including our students, African students, and diaspora in China.
Well, Ambassador Mesfin, how important is China to Africa, considering that less than 2 years ago we saw the launch of the magnificent African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa that was built with funding from China?
Yes, that headquarter and conference complex has been built by China, and I believe it is a timeless gift of China and the Chinese people to Africa and African unity. But China is so vital, important to Africa because they are credible, predictable, and a partner to Africa's development and transformation. China is a constructor of our infrastructure in every area. China is a donor. China is a financer and a creditor. China is a huge market for African products, and China is a committed partner to achieve Africa's dream. And the current president of China, President Xi, said it in Durban, that Africa and China are linked by common destiny, and that China, irrespective of the developments in the international arena, will remain committed to a policy of friendship and partnership with Africa. In addition to that, China serves Africa and African countries as a model of extraordinary development that has extricated hundreds of millions of poor people out of the poverty line. But we cannot copy Chinese model as it is. Definitely we will have to adapt it to the respective realities in each of our country. But China serves as a reliable partner to Africa.
Well, Ambassador Mesfin, Africa is in some quarters referred to as a troubled continent due to numerous challenges it faces, including wars, disease and hunger. So as an ambassador to China, what role are you playing in order to publicize the many good aspects of your continent?
Well,